I survived 100 days in DawnCraft, and it was unlike anything I've experienced in Minecraft. DawnCraft is the ultimate RPG mod pack, withstanding over 250 mods, and somehow I was even able to run shaders. In this video, I will guide you through my thrilling journey as I navigated through treacherous terrain, faced monstrous bosses, encountered cute creatures, battled ugly goblins, and sought help from friendly villagers who ultimately banished me. Oh, and by the way, you should totally watch to the end because you'll figure out that I kill bosses in the weirdest ways possible, and I'll give you one hint. I kind of built a mega trap to drown one. My pack pancakes, this is 100 Days in DawnCraft, the movie. It's day one, and I spawned in the overworld with the 4 essential items of DawnCraft. These are very important, so let me show you how I would use them. The bread. This comes in handy whenever using the other items, considering there's lots of exploration to do. The atlas. This will keep track of all of my journeys, where I died, where I want to go, and where I want to mark things to come back to, such as villages. Then, the compass. Don't look at the compass. Look at the bottom left of your screen. This will show your X and Z values along with your direction. The direction is most important because a lot of the time when you receive number 4, your map to a village, you're in a corner of the map in the middle of nowhere compared to that village. Now I know what to do with my resources, but to venture further into the game, I need to talk to this guy. This is Korok. First, he tells me to be friendly with villagers, and let me tell you, that is 100% true, because otherwise they will hate you, unless you pay them. Then he gives me the most vital information. There are mystic eyes I need to collect in order to enter the end to kill the ender dragon taken over by a malicious deity. I need at least 12, and finding them includes killing bosses and even crafting some with extremely rare items. Then he gives me one spirit orb. I need 4 of these to increase my health and stamina. So let's know what we have to focus on. My current quest is to find a village, and my main goal is to get 5 eyes in 100 days. That's enough explaining. Let's get into day 2. Okay, so it's day 2, and I found a Western civilization and immediately left because I got an achievement for bleeding. Like, what does that even mean? Anyways, I went to the guild master and I found my village on day 2. That was like really quick. Anyways, he told me to do a quest, and I was like, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, I can kill 10 pillagers. But he said, give me some paper so I can give you a map. So I was like, okay. I cut down my tree, crafted a cutting board because in DawnCraft, you can cut logs and you get paper from the tree bar that you craft. And I'm like, oh, this is just so awesome. So I went to find him again, but he gave me the map, but his buddy was like, yo, I want you to do something for me too. So I was like, okay, fine. I get you the 16 iron ingots, but first I gotta go to sleep. So that brings me to day 3. Whenever I was just trying to get the heck out of the village, I placed my boat down. You know, I didn't want any other villagers giving me more quests. I absolutely destroyed that boat. Whenever a hyena just came up to me, it was so mad at me, but for no reason. So I just had to kill it. I feel so bad though. And then this cheetah was at the top of the mountain. I was a little bit scared. So, you know, I had no hunger and I'm trying to make that jump. I just died. I don't even know. It is like still day 3 and I'm on my boat already trying to find these pillagers. And then I saw another hyena. Okay, that time I kind of started it, but you know, I just had to alarm the hyenas about what happened. Anyways, like we're all good because I'm put in this village, the 2nd village in my atlas. I saw a villager with a sword. I was a little bit scared, but I think they think that I'm friendly for now. I woke up and this village house was on fire. I feel so bad for whoever lived there, but a hyena tried to kill me again. I found the pillager outpost eventually and I marked it on my map, but I had to make that jump. As you can see, pretty nice shot. That jump I don't think I made. Anyways, I was trying to box myself into this pillager outpost so I could kill them with only a wooden axe. So what I did is I just did that and I got rid of the purple wool and I was just trying to kill them at their feet, and it took a while, but I did get like 2 achievements for doing that, and I tried to go in, but that was such a bad idea. And I did it again, and then it was a bad idea. I don't know why I tried. That's why I was like, time to go to sleep. Let's go in day 5, see what happens. So I looted this chest, and it just had so much good stuff in it. So, you know, this is satisfying. Look at me, you know, put it in my inventory. But then I found this bed outpost, but these pillagers were like, heck no, not time for you to do that. So I went back to the bed outpost and just boxed myself in, but there was still some there, so I had to get rid of them if I wanted to loot. There was this dripstone there, and I'm like, what? The dripstone is not letting me kill them. So I just died again, but this time I just went on like a rampage. I was like getting every single one. Totally didn't die in between those. But so I went in and there was some in there. This was like the last one, and just so much loot. I didn't have a backpack though, so I had to be cautious with whatever I got. So here's me organizing organize my inventory again. Super satisfying. At the end of day 5, I was on my boat ready to go out of there. But then this pillager just... on day 6, it just tried to come up to me. Right now, the villagers still see me as a neutral entity. I was like so happy about that. Anyways, made it back to the guild master, and he was like, good job, dude. I'm gonna give you what I said I would. Here's a dodge skill. I read that book. I don't know how I learned how to dodge. I just pressed the button. Anyways, he was like, yeah, now find the Goblin King. So, you know, fine, I'll find the Goblin King. But where is he? He didn't give me a map this time. So I went to an island, and then I went to go to sleep. On day 7, I was like, I'm gonna leave this island. I saw like a whale. I don't know if it was a whale, but just a lot of boating was happening. And eventually I saw this alligator, and it was like just trying to kill me. I punched it in the face, and then I got an achievement for it. I don't know why. Then I found this super cool village. It was like in the air with connecting waterfalls. So I just needed to get to the top, right? But the top was already night, so I had to go to sleep. I needed to get some blocks, so I cut down some trees, and I was ready to get to the top. But I checked my status, and it says I'm unwelcome in the village. Like, sure, I was stealing a little bit. Anyways, I was like, I gotta steal even more so I can give him emeralds later. This was the top view. It looked so nice, but I spent a lot of time using my camera mod, and it didn't really work out, so it was already nighttime. Time to start on day 9. I figured out that this was made out of wood, and I could just cut it down like a tree, and it gave me so much slabs. Anyways, there was this cool structure that I wanted to go to, so I did, and I just totally boat clutched it to get down there. Felt so happy about that. Went in the corner, you know, the strat that I've been using, just box myself up, kill them at their feet. Then I got out of the corner and tried to go back in. I don't even know why I did that, to be honest. That made me die. So now I'm actually on top of it, and I box myself again. This time, they're not sure what to think. They're not attacking me. I'm attacking them again. All seems to be good. I'm hoping this place has good loot, but some of these chests in this room don't have much stuff at all. So I decided, let me use my crossbow. Maybe it will be easier, and it was. It like two-shot them. And I saw this rack of clothing. I thought it was an armor stand. I couldn't get the armor, but then I found real armor stands, and I got the armor. But the thing I was super excited about was this golden helmet that looked like a crown. Oh, so cool. And then I found this witch, and I was trying to kill it with the crossbow again, but it took a lot of arrows. Eventually, I did kill it, and it dropped a scroll and like some eye. I found this enchantment table, and I didn't think that I would find a diamond anytime soon, so I got it, and the scroll. And I tried to, you know, hit this bell thinking it would bring the pillagers to me. I don't even know why I wanted that. I already killed enough. Then I got the hay bales that were there, and it wasn't stealing, but I did steal before, so I had to make some emeralds to give to the village to help my reputation. On day 10, I made a shield. I was going there to give them my bundled emeralds, and now they were happy about me. The guild master was like, you know what, dude, I like you now, even though you stole a bunch. You gave the money. I literally stole from them and give them the money that I got from them. I don't even know. On day 10, it was nighttime, and I was on the boat. I saw a buried treasure, and I wanted to explore it, but it was time to go to sleep. But then this baby zombie was like, no, I'm not gonna let you do that. So I had to kill it before going to sleep, you know. I don't know how people can just sleep after doing that, but apparently I did. It was day 11, and I was ready to go back into the boat and explore some more. And I found this village, but it's not friendly at all. I had to box myself in after finding this chest because there was spawners that spawn these like bad guys. I got this player head, and I tried it on. I was like, oh, that's cool. They had some really good loot too, but I had to box myself up again because I'm not necessarily, you know, stacked yet. I went up this ladder, found a barrel, looted up the golden iron. I was ready to fight them. They ended up fighting each other, which is good, but then I somehow got on fire. I have no idea how that happened. I died. I led them into the ocean. I don't know what strategy that was. It did slow them down though. So here's me destroying spawner 1, then spawner 2, then spawner 3, and even spawner 4. So I'm in this corner at this situation. I don't know. I was like, how am I going to get out of here? Well, what I did was I digged under myself, and it totally worked. I was just punching at their feet again. A lot of feet punching in day 11 because it really did take a while to kill all of these guys. And, you know, they were dropping a lot of food, though, and enchantment books, which I looked at the enchantment books, but it wasn't really any good. So here's me looting in a chest. I didn't have a backpack steal. I really needed one, though. So, you know, there's some iron, there's some feathers, stuff that would help me, but it's not enough iron, right? So, and then there's these gems in the apotheosis mod. I didn't really know how to use them yet. I need to figure that out. I found a room with a bunch of player heads, trades, and I just took one because I was like, maybe I'll keep one. Then I found another spawner and another chest, which I looted up. So I was like, apparently there's more spawners than I thought. I found these llamas, and in this game, you really need leather because a lot of stuff needs leather, including the backpacks. And I found the hyena. I was like, I need to get my payback real quick. Oh, with these kangaroos, honestly, I just wanted to see what they dropped. They were actually fighting me. I know kangaroos do that. That was so cool to see. I tried to use their hide to make a backpack because it said you could use hide, but you can't use kangaroo hide for some reason, but you can use kangaroo hide to make leather. So I found these llamas, and it was just a bad situation. I had to get them. I needed leather at the time. So I went to take their leather. I don't know if the villager was happy about that. I wasn't really happy about his trades either, but so I got a backpack and I could finally sort out my stuff. Although I was like, I need a better sword, so I made an iron great sword, but I wanted to make a cool sword. So I got this cool axe thing that I crafted, and then I crafted myself some more iron tools and armor, and I'm looking super cool on day 12. Got a gold crown and iron armor. So now it's nighttime and I'm on my boat. You know what? I'm just trying to explore because I don't have a map to the Goblin King, so I'm just finding stuff along the way. I found this cool bridge. I found this skeleton fish. I was like, ooh, this might have a lot of good loot to it. I just got this cool shot. I was like, wow, this looks so nice under the ocean looking at the skeleton fish. So I wanted to come back to it whenever I was more stacked. So put it in my atlas, wanted to, you know, look around a little bit, but I didn't have water breathing or anything. I just had to keep going. I found this island. I was just like, there's this elephant. I was like, so many cool animals. But there was this, you know, structures, and I think it was like a witch place because there's candles, lanterns, and these potions, not normal potions. Then I actually found like a witch dude. I was like trying to kill him. He was trying to kill me, but I marked the place on my atlas in case I wanted to come back to it. I didn't see any good loot, so I was just like, shoot, I need to just leave. But then I found this ogre, and I thought it was the Goblin King, but it didn't show Goblin King at the top, so I was a little skeptical. There's also like 2 of them, so I killed them anyway, hoping they would drop an eye, but really all I got was an essence. I don't know how important that is. It might be important, so I kept it. And here I'm just boating in the swamp again. I went day 14. I don't know where day 14 went, and I'm on day 15 just in this cave trying to get these spawners destroyed, but it was just so hard because these were really powerful, and the more you die in DawnCraft, the weaker you get, and the more your durability goes down. So I was like, oh, I just gotta go to sleep. I don't know if I can go back there. It's too dangerous. So I found this elephant, but this time it was with a chest and a villager on it. Ooh, that was so cool. So I killed the elephant. I wanted to see what it dropped, and it dropped an animal dictionary. This was really cool because I like stats, so I like reading about the animals. Might go into that later. Then I saw this villager had an undying totem trade. Oh, I don't know if I needed that. See, I'm not playing on hardcore, so I didn't really need it, but if it was hardcore, that would be so good. It was only 10 emeralds. I found this structure. It was with people, not villagers, so I stole with them. I just wanted their hay bales, to be honest, because that gives me a lot of food. This looks like hay bales. Oh, I found this tree, and the Sentinel Knight was popping up at the top of the screen. So I was like, ooh, there's a boss. So I marked it in my atlas, and I was getting ready to go to the tree, but there was like a mob following me. Anyways, my idea, as you might have guessed, is to kill this boss in the weirdest way possible. So I was just trying to get inside the tree, and it was working for a long time. I was using an iron dagger, which is, it just uses 1 piece of iron to make, and I almost got him, but he moved away, and I had to get to him, but he killed me instead. So I was like, oh dang, that was almost working. But to make this even more funny, I'm gonna get a weapon just made out of wood just to say that I killed the boss with just a wooden sword. So I got my wooden stuff, and he was like putting his shield up. I couldn't like hurt him anymore. It was so weird, but the trap was still working. Eventually I hit the right spot, and it was just going so well until he moved away again. So it was the end of day 17. I was like, okay, I'm gonna think about this more, go to sleep, and try again. So I wake up, and there was this wither skeleton. It has a different like look, but I killed it eventually. I got the boss to come over again, and I was like, I need a new type of place to kill it, and I totally made one. He wasn't able to kill me, and when I killed it, another boss spawned out of nowhere. I was really confused, but I was also like happy because I have this really good way of killing it, and it just spawned there. So I was gonna use the same strategy, except it wasn't as tall as the other one, and I couldn't get down to get the eye. That's what I tried to do. I was going down there to get the eye from the boss that I just killed, but I could not find one. So I was thinking that there was none, but then they literally killed each other. I didn't have to kill that boss. So I didn't have to kill that boss, and I was just looking for that eye, and eventually I got it. I got my first eye on day 18, and I was like so surprised. I killed a boss with a wooden sword, and the other one spawned out of nowhere, but it ended up getting killed by another mob. So on day 19, I found this buried treasure ship. And it actually had some pretty good loot, but nothing crazy. I really wanted to find some unique armor. So I marked it on the map, and I went to the village, checked my reputation, and I went to sleep on day 19. Woke up on day 20 feeling good with just a leather helmet, but I was making progress. So I was getting my hay bales because I had a bad reputation with the village again. So I was like, I'm just gonna take their hay bales. I'm gonna check their chests, try to get some more emeralds. Anyways, gonna try to craft the bread so I am not hungry anymore. That was kind of a problem. I kept getting hungry. And I found this rhinoceros that I killed. That was funny. And look at the view, man. I found a snake at this top, and I was like, I gotta sleep at the top. It just looks so cool. Got a nice shot of the place. Went to sleep on the top of the mountain on day 20. And I woke up on day 21 feeling good. I wanted to find this Goblin King, and I went back to the spawners because there was more, and I just knew there was a lot of good loot there. So I made some iron tools, I killed a bunch of them, and I boxed myself in once again at the end of day 21 and just slept in there. I made myself more bread on day 22 because, you know, you can never have enough bread. Found another spawner, got rid of that, found another chest, looted up that, and then this skeleton one-shot me. Wow, crazy. So I found this purple building, which looked really cool, and it did have a lot of good loot in there, so I was able to make a lot more iron. So I used the nuggets to create the iron, and my armor was breaking so fast, but I made a better backpack. I made an iron one and then made a gold one on top of it, and it just makes a really good upgrade for the space. I checked the shields out, and apparently I need steel to make cooler shields, and I need a blast furnace for that. Anyways, it's day 22. I found the Sun Chief, another boss. So I was like, how am I going to kill this one in a weird way? And let me tell you, it wasn't using a wooden sword. It was different. So I got this mask, and it made it so he didn't attack me, right? It was like a disguise mask. So I dropped on top of him. I was trying to figure out, how can I get this dude? So I thought about doing from under, but he still attacked me from under, and I couldn't attack him from the right place. Whenever I attacked him, he would just attack me back because he was able to attack me from behind him. And I right clicked on him. Apparently I could trade with him. It was so weird. Anyways, I tried to get him in a boat. I was trying to get him in a boat. It did not work. He was just staying there. But I dropped him down, and that gave me the idea. We were on top of an ocean, right? So I was like, I have this mega plan. So I went to sleep on day 24, woke up on day 25. I'm like, I'm gonna drown this boss. So I started getting rid of the hay bales, which also gave me some, you know, good old bread. Anyways, I was attacking it from here before drowning it because I was like, wait, I'm doing damage to it, but it pulled me into it. I was like, what? It just killed me like that. So I tried it again, and then he was starting to get healed, and that's when I learned he gets healed from his like helpers, which problem because that mean that he gets infinite health. Well, he's drowning right now, and I was like, oh, this is actually working. So I was like, where's this gonna go? Is he actually gonna die by just drowning? So, you know, I went to sleep on day 25, but let me tell you, it took more than that. On day 26, I got those guys out of that boat because they were trying to heal the guy drowning in there. Like, okay, the Sun Chief is healed by these dudes, you know, and they're like his minions, right? So they're healing him, but they just keep on respawning. So my plan was to just kill them, but then they're getting on these trees. Like, I can't do it in time. I didn't know what to do. So I was just like, maybe if I kill them fast enough and then I, you know, do some more damage with my axe or a sword, it just wasn't working. So, you know, I dug myself into a hole because I knew that is where my best ideas into killing these bosses came into. So I was like, ooh, okay, I'm gonna craft a door, I'm gonna get into that little pocket of air, and then I'm gonna try to get some dirt around it and make it go even further down. And this was because I was going to trap it inside this water bubble, but then have a really far down trap underneath. You'll see what I mean. So I got rid of the water. Right now he is one layer above this. So I was just mining and mining and mining, hoping that this would work because I didn't even know. Maybe he would have landed. Maybe it wasn't wide enough, but I had a feeling it was. So, you know, I would just kept on mining. You can see I was just going as low as possible, but then I met this goblin. So I don't know where he came from, right? But he had the best trade ever. 32 cobblestone for 1 emerald. So I kept on trading and trading with him. He came in the perfect time. It was amazing. I don't even know, like, how did he? So I I ended up putting him up there so I wouldn't like kill him with a creeper or something on accident. But when I was placing my ladders down, he wasn't in there anymore. I could have had like infinite emeralds doing that, but you know, it's okay. I got a lot while I could. Here's a shot of me going down. You can see the water dripping down. Anyways, so it got to like deep slate, right? And that is hard to mine with the stone pickaxe, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do whenever you want to get the eyes to the ender dragon. I just formed another strategy, but I did die. Then I found this cave spawner in the spawn location. I've never seen that this whole 31 days. Anyways, I found a cave with lava, and this is very important because I wanted to have lava at the very end. Now, you're probably like, okay, wouldn't that make him not take any fall damage? And no, it still makes you take fall damage as long as the pool is not so deep. So if it's just one layer deep, you still take as much fall damage as you would. And I couldn't let him land on a ledge, so I had to get rid of that gold with my stone pickaxe. I don't know, I guess I didn't have any iron left for some reason. I used all my iron pickaxes. So here you can see I was organizing my chest. I got all the lava set up. I was really hoping that he wouldn't drop an eye and burn it. Probably should have had a little bit more precaution for that. Anyways, I built another like hole on top of this so I could just have some more handle on it. But then he killed me through the, you know, layer, and I don't even know how. But here he was drowning and he was getting a little too low. The chief died. Like, I spent all the time making a mega trap, so I put it in my atlas hoping I can lead another boss into there. Anyways, I came out with 13 emeralds. No eye either. He didn't drop an eye. So sad. But I looked through my chest. I took the gold block. Well, I actually didn't. I thought I could. But again, I learned you can't mine gold with the stone pickaxe. I made a boat and I was ready to leave by day 35. I found many ships. I found this ship and it had spawners around it, so I got rid of them. I really wanted to find some good loot this time, so I went around the chest looking for something. You know, it was alright. Found some milk. Here's me sorting my inventory. My backpack has so much stuff in it right now. But all these skeletons came through and I didn't expect them to just be in one spot. So I marked it in my atlas in case I wanted to come back and just completely loot up all of it. Then I found this one in the ocean. And then I found this mushroom island. It was like, ooh, that looks interesting too. So much cool stuff in the ocean. I should definitely explore that more. So put it in my atlas like I always do. Then my chat said I'm approaching the Elder Guardian, which is in there. And I had to put that in my atlas because I'm pretty sure the Elder Guardian drops an eye in this mod pack. So that was for sure a boss that I had to go kill. I had no water breathing or anything, so I had to come there when I was prepared. I found an island. I saw this sign. It said BL, and I really couldn't tell what it said until it said follow me to find a village, and then I was like, oh, 500 blocks. That makes sense. So I was just going in that direction, went to sleep. It's day 37. Then a purple name, the Skeleton Overlord, appeared. I found this villager house. They weren't attacking me, so I was like, are these friendly villagers? But no, don't ever expect that. They were not friendly at all. But their loot was friendly. So I found a lot of apples. Maybe you can make some golden apples with that. I don't know. There's a lot of food recipes and stuff. At this point, my backpack was completely full, so I didn't know what to do about it. Everything was pretty important to me that was in there too. And I can't carry 2 backpacks at once because it'll make me go too slow, like really slow. Made my barrels, put some loot in there, and was thinking about how I can kill this boss. So I made a sword. It's the end of day 37. I got my iron stuff, and I do have a bow in my inventory. This is where I was just powering up to get to it. It was very high up, very high up. And then he has these minions as well. I'm just gonna tower above them because, you know, why not? And then they're hitting me with fire. Ooh, that was a little scary. But I went up high enough and they just couldn't attack me anymore, even though they tried. There was the Skeleton Overlord doing his thing. I didn't know what his attacks were yet. And then the Goblin King appears at the top of the screen. That means I'm coming up to the Goblin King, which is the main quest. I was so happy about that. These are like cloud slimes, by the way. They're really annoying because they can push you off if you don't crouch. Here I am trying to get a good shot on him because I only have like 11 arrows in my inventory. But look how much damage each arrow does. He's not even attacking me. I thought I had it in the bag, but no. I came without enough arrows. So what I did was like, what is another way to make arrows without the flint and without the feathers? Because feathers was too hard to get. So I found these wooden arrows and they could be crafted with this workbench, different than a crafting table. So I was like, oh, this is fine. All I needed was wood and 3 iron ingots and a bunch of wood to make arrows. It was 6 planks to make 2 wooden arrows. I am ready. Just give me all those wooden arrows. It does 0.75 damage. I think the arrow does like 2. I don't know, because as you can see, I am doing so little damage each time, but if I do have enough, it will be enough to kill the boss. So I have 15 left there. I was like, oh, that is not going to be enough. So day 39, I went to the jungle with tall trees and decided to get those instead because they had the most wood to give me. And eventually I found this 4-block tree and I was like, oh, this will be perfect. This will be tons and tons of wood. So I went around it, super cool. I was like, oh, I can't wait until all this wood falls off. It's going to be so satisfying. And it was. I got tons of wood. As you can see, I'm just making as much wooden arrows as possible. There was also different types of arrows, but they were way too hard to make for me. So I was like, what is going to be the easiest? And then I fell. I'm just going to let my old self explain what happened on day 40.
Oh my gosh, I forgot to start recording. What the heck? Well, while I was gone, I kind of defeated a boss. Good times, good times. Well, I defeated the boss, the skeleton guy, and I did it because I got wool by getting string from the village, and they almost killed me, but I did do it. I just basically hit him a bunch of times from where I was with the bow, and I got the magical eye. Now I have 2 eyes, and it's day 41. Anyways, the next thing to do is to go to the Goblin King, because I found his name up there, and I have to follow where he actually is. But yeah, so this is, let's see, here it is.
I woke up on day 42, you know, not even worried about day 40 because we are in another day, and I just saw like 3 wandering villagers in this village like post that I came into. So there was these, you know, they had these trades, and I spent one of my emeralds on something that I didn't know much about, and I got like 3 achievements on it, and I wanted to get it because I was like, this might be important later. I didn't know anything about it. I checked their barrels and they had tons of different types of foods, and I just saw a bunch of chocolate cake. I was so excited because I really wanted to explore the new foods in these mods, and I want to make farms and all that, so I got a bunch of the cocoa beans, and they were like in these sacks, so they give you a lot when you craft them each. But at this point, I'm just ready to find the Goblin King, and this bear monster was following me. I was like, that's scary. Hopefully you drop something good though. So I towered up and I used my bow with my wooden arrows, and I just used the strat. This is exactly what it looked like whenever I beat the previous boss. It died. It did not drop anything, so I went to sleep. It was day 43. I was getting closer and closer to the Goblin King, and I found this castle. I was like, oh, what is the Goblin King gonna look like? And I see this tiny goblin with a crown. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is it gonna do? So it's already coming up to the end of day 43. I'm scouting out the place and just trying to test how much my wooden arrows do to these goblins, and they did 3 hits and they died. So I was thinking they had these chests, nothing really much in them. There was this emerald block I was excited about, but I still didn't have an iron pickaxe, but that was fine. I could get one. I went down here. Somehow I died by a goblin. I boxed myself up once again to use this strategy to kill these goblins, and the water really stunned them too. And then I was killing these goblins because they were trapped by the fence and by the water, and I found this urn after fighting a weird villager goblin chest, and I got an achievement for it too. But I found this ogre, and it was like, I've seen this ogre before, but I haven't seen that king before. I knew he was the Goblin King because I've seen him before. So he was trying to kill me with the staff, and I was like, it's not even working, bro. I literally didn't even have to tower above anything because he's so short. Anyways, I was figuring out how can I get him. I don't know how much damage he does, but apparently he's like killing his own little ogre there, so I didn't think he was doing too much. I wanted to kill that ogre. I didn't know if it was friendly or not. It wasn't trying to attack me, but it was so hard to get to this Goblin King because he was fast and he couldn't really be hit by a sword even whenever you wanted to. So when he jumped up at me, I could get a little hit on him, but it was so like stealthy. So eventually I got this in this hole in this corner, and he's like cornered. It wasn't doing enough because I just wasn't fast enough compared to him. You know, I noticed the strategy here. Get him trapped in a corner. He can't do anything about it because he'll just want to run away, and even in the water, he can't do much in the water at all. So he went into that hallway. I didn't think to trap him yet because he killed me. You know, it was day 45. I was just trying to trap him, and I did. I got him trapped. I knew I had it in the bag once again. You know, he was spawning goblins against me. That was unexpected. I didn't know he could do that. So he was doing that. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't know you were doing this to me. So I was just like, don't worry about it, just a couple goblins, no biggie, until it killed me. So on day 46 to 47, I broke that door down, knowing I had him trapped still, didn't even think anything of it until I realized he wasn't in there. Apparently the Goblin King can teleport. Oh, this made it so much harder for me because I had to look around this entire castle, along with the mega cave that was under it. So like, you know what guys, I'm going to mine the entire castle because that's the only way I'm gonna find the Goblin King. No, I'm just kidding. I actually didn't do that. I was a little bit more smart looking through the cave, but then it was just so big, I had come up with a new strategy. Set my entity distance to as low as possible so I can find him better. The name at the top would disappear at a certain point whenever I'm not, like, at a certain point. So what I did was I made like this plus sign, right? I went as far as I could whenever it was still in radius, and then I did it the other way as well. So I knew where he was, because I wanted to make sure he was or wasn't in a cave. That would have been terrible if he was. Then when I was killing a goblin, I realized he was in this small hole. Oh, so thankful, because there was such a big cave. I was not going to find him in there, but he was just in the small hole. I understand he was just got stuck, but it was good for me. I placed water down, had this bow. I was thinking that I had it in the bag, but you know, whenever I say that, I never have it in the bag. The cat got out of the bag again. Honestly, he's like probably the same size as a cat. So I tried to trap him again, but it's just too fast. But eventually I was just doing some Tom and Jerry with him, and I did kill him. He did drop one. I got an achievement. I got another eye. And on day 49, I killed the Goblin King.
It's me doing the documentation from day 50. I have defeated a sun boss, the Sun Chief, the Goblin King, the Centennial Knight, and the one that came after that. So now I have something to 2 netherite scales. If I get 2 more of these, I can make a netherite ingot and make something netherite, which would be amazing.
So in the rest of day 5, I was just organizing my inventory, trying to get every little important piece that I could into what I could put it into, like a backpack. Because really, I had too much in that backpack. I needed to make another one, and that's what I did. I went to sleep, ready to explore more. Now we're at the halfway mark, and it is day 51, and we are looking for the new boss. So I had to organize my inventory. As you can see, my backpack finally looked nice. I had everything in its own category, and on day 52, I noticed that copper makes tools now in this mod pack. So, you know, I was getting my cobblestone. I did run out, and at the end of day 52, I was going to sleep. Day 53, I was trying to mine because I needed some more resources. Like, I have been running out of iron the entire 50 days, so I needed to put an end to that. I got my iron. Honestly, I found such a good cave. As you can see, there was a mob spawner. You thought that was a mob spawner. It wasn't. It was a mob box, and I like that made me die, man. Oh wait, no it didn't. But anyways, I was getting the emeralds since I had my iron pickaxe now, along with the gold. On day 55 to 59, I actually have no idea where it went, man. Like, I thought I recorded it. But anyway, so on day 60, we are looking at this cloud house, and I've been seeing these in the sky, so I was just tired of never exploring them. It's day 60, and I need to make some more progress. So, you know, I was just saying to myself, that hot air balloon, this cloud house, I need to see what's in it. So I went to sleep on day 60, and I just kept on bridging and bridging with this black terracotta that I was mining. And as you can see, it's just a really nice view. It's almost like a zip line across, like, you know, a really high mountain view. I'm mining right next to that animal right there. I think it's like a jaguar. Honestly, I should probably figure out what animal that is. I've seen it so many times. I've been mining so much, you know, I got this nice view, me going to sleep, and then I saw this rainbow on day 62. Like, I've never seen a rainbow in Minecraft before until that day, so I was just getting closer and closer. So, you know, I'm mining upwards, and then I got knocked off by wind. I was very confused. Anyways, so I see this cloud. I didn't know if I could walk on it. It was weird. I was like going through it, so I was like, do I go through it if I walk on it? Anyways, I found out this chest was here, and there was a balloon coming out of it. I barely got the chance to look at the loot because I was getting knocked off by the wind. You know, I noticed it was a mob that was doing it, so I destroyed the mob spawner, but out of nowhere, it explodes. I tried to slash home. It still killed me. So I had to get rid of those clouds, but now the loot is just like gone, right? So I watered down to it. I fell so many times, not gonna lie. 62, I was ready to go to sleep and to explore more. I found a donkey on day 63. Oh, I love donkeys so much. You could put chests on them. So I was just swimming with my donkey. Don't even worry about it, guys. I was just, you know, having such a good time with my donkey. As you can see, I have my iron greatsword on my back with my iron armor. So I finally find the guild master trying helping figure out my next quest, but some mob was trying to kill me. Anyways, he was like, good job, go to the corrupted ogre. So he gave me a map. While I was looking at the map, I was figuring out the recipes for the eyes, and apparently there is one that you could do. So I made another great sword. My durability kept running out, so I made sure to make a lot more tools. Put my backpack and essentials away because I was gonna come back to it, so I marked it in my atlas. It was day 65. I had all my tools in organized inventory, and I was being attacked from underwater. That was kind of creepy. Anyway, so I went to the island to sleep. On day 66, I am exploring with my horse, trying to find the corrupted ogre, and I found the skeleton, and this skeleton is actually really important because in the DawnCraft trailer, it is the first thing, like in the thumbnail, right? So it's the showcase snapshot for that, and I found it. I found these horses too, but the Easter Bunny, killer Easter Bunny, was trying to get me. Day 66, look at this nice view. So many nice views in DawnCraft with shaders on. So here's just me exploring once again. I made a quiver for my arrows, and then I found like a spider cave because I got an achievement, but I really didn't want to look into it yet because I wanted to save all the cool stuff to look into after I got my good bosses defeated. So right now we are just on this quest. So I'm boating and I find this village. I was like, oh wow, I'm just finding so many villages today. They're so unique each time. I saw golden pickaxes in item frames. I didn't want to take anything. I had stole too much already. I didn't want to pay more emeralds, guys. So I tried to get this quest from him. He was asking me to kill pillagers. I was like, I don't need to do that, man. I marked in my atlas as cool village, and then I found the pillager outpost he was trying to get me to go to, and I was like, that kind of sucks. Said that if I did it, then I would save their village, but I guess they're not saved yet. Anyways, I found a tinker's workshop, and this was so cool because he had so much good stuff in there. I found a key, an iron sword, and just all this pieces of gold and this contraption, and it was like making steel or something. So cool. And I did make sure to mark that in my atlas as well, so if I ever wanted to come back to it, then I could loot it up again. I really didn't want to risk losing my reputation. I found this golden wheel. It said I needed knowledge to use it, so I'm excited to see what that would do whenever I'm able to use it. Anyways, at this point, I really needed food, as you can see in my saturation bar. So I was killing sheep, and I was getting a furnace so I could smelt that with like wooden slabs. I really didn't have coal a lot of the time because I just kept leaving stuff behind since I couldn't carry everything at once. I have so much to carry. So I found another village, guys, and I marked it in my atlas. So many villages. It's amazing. At the end of day 68, I went to sleep. Look at that view once again. I found these people. I think whenever they're people, they don't count as your reputation, but I still didn't want to risk it at all. It's day 69, and I wanted to find the corrupted ogre. I found that giant bunny. Like, wow, giant bunnies are cool. And then this fountain, another village. That was another village. That's not a different village. I don't even know, man. That is another village. They're just so much. Maybe they're not called villages, but they're civilizations that I came across while trying to find the corrupted ogre. This one was not that cool. It was kind of scary. So I did not want to explore that. But it was coming up to the end. I was getting attacked by, I don't know. I don't know who it was. It was some type of place again with people that didn't like me. So there was a lot of those. I came across the corrupted ogre finally on day 70, and it looked just like Goblin in the Goblin King's palace that I killed, like the big one. So I was not too scared about him because he didn't look like he was gonna do much damage. So I was just like hitting him with a bow, and it did so much damage. It was amazing. I knew that I could get him. Could not get close to him though because he had this eye that was defending him, and it was like throwing stuff at me, and that was not good. So I went to sleep at the end of day 73 thinking about how many arrows I need to get to defeat this guy because wooden arrows really don't do much. But it's the only thing I could do because feathers are pretty hard to find. Like, you can't really craft feathers. I would just have to kill a bunch of chickens, but like that just still wouldn't give me enough arrows. So I would just, wooden arrows, you can get as much as you want. So I was just making that, and I found them once again. I got a little too close. Honestly, why did I even do that? But so there was this fly trying to kill me. I was like, what are you doing, man? I got bug swatter achievement. Super cool. Like, I love getting these achievements. I woke up and I had to kill another one along with this goblin right here. Just killing that goblin, guys. And then tree, I was trying to knock down so many trees because I did not want to risk getting them super low and not having enough arrows because their health does regenerate if you leave. So I just cannot let that happen. I got really big tree down, so satisfying. I got an achievement for it too. I got an ancient sapling. I don't know how good that sapling was, but I might use it. On day 76, I got the corrupted ogre's eye, and it dropped like a red one, and I was so excited to finally have another eye. I found this cave spider spawner, so I was trying to break that, and I found a chest underneath. underneath. It had 3 emeralds in it. Super excited about that. I'm just like, I got 24 more days to go. I cannot wait to see where we get. So it was day 76, and there was like a dropper thing on top of this chest. These chests were just coming out of nowhere, but I love the loot, not gonna lie. So here's me going over a ravine to see my reputation. They see me as a neutral entity, and now he wants me to go see the next boss. I learned some new skills. I fill in my chest, went to sleep, and then accepted like some stuff from other villagers. It said, go get some dust leaves, and I'm like, man, what are you talking about? I don't know how to get that crap. Anyways, so I figured out you can make leaf armor. I was so excited about that. I had 37 emeralds, and I was like, leaf armor? I can get leaves super easily. So then I found this dude, and his llama was spitting at him. So I was like, he must really have bad traits. So I made myself some leaf armor. There was only like a helmet, chest plate, and leggings. No boots for some reason. I don't know. You probably just can't step on leaves, I guess. So I went to this underwater cave on day 79, and there was just like these skeletons that started fighting each other again. So I found this mossy cobblestone, and I was mining it down, hoping to find a stronghold, but really it was just this weird dungeon thing, but I didn't even see a chest until I saw that spawner with some skeletons. So they were trying to kill me and stuff, but I wanted to make sure they weren't spawning anymore. I didn't see any chests though, so I was like, what's the point of even being here, man? But I did kill the skeleton, and then he had a diamond sword. Like, oh, that was a zombie, never mind. So on day 79, I went to sleep, and it's day 80. We got 20 days left. I went in that boat ready to go to the night road. And let me tell you guys, I don't know if you remember, but you probably do. I already killed the night rover. So what am I supposed to do? The village wanted me to do it again. So I got to do it again, but along the way I found this fisherman, and he wanted an hourglass, but I didn't have any gold, and that's all I needed. Anyways, as you can see, that was a really nice jump. I killed a kangaroo because one of the quests from a villager was to give him some kangaroo meat. So I was making myself some food along with keeping some of the meat just to eat it because I was losing hunger very fast. I went to sleep, and I found emus, and I tried to kill it with a bow because apparently you get an achievement if you try to do it. I don't know if in real life they're really good at dodging stuff, but anyways, I found this bone, and I was mining it because it gave me bone meal, 9 bone meal for each block. So I was like, that's free bone meal, and that will be really exciting whenever I start my farming journey eventually. So then this villager, he wanted me to do another thing, retrieve an iron axe, and I was like, bro, he'll draw me a map to the iron axe, but he can't find him himself. Like, okay, dude, like. And then I found Trish, the villager, and she was trying to give me some stuff to do as well, and I'm like, I got too much stuff on my plate right now. So I went and found this Pillager outpost, which looked really nice. It had a cake, and I was just trying to loot it, but I see these honey blocks, and they intrigued me, so I got them. There was lots of ingredients in these chests, and I was like, oh yes, I'm so excited about getting new ingredients because I want to try out the Farmer's Delight mod. There's so much more food we can make. So they got sugar and glass bottles, and then a pillager hit me. So I figured out they were here. They were not gone, but I did end up killing them, and then they had chests full of loot. I went to sleep so I could kill the pillagers and loot up even more. There was a lot more on day 83, so I had to make sure to get rid of all of them. So I went on my boat now. I'm out of the pillager outpost, and the night rover is in the vicinity. I found that he has glowstone, and his entire base is like completely different than the sentinel knight. I have no idea why he spawned next to it when I killed the sentinel knight. That was so weird. Anyways, I ended up killing it just by using wooden arrows again. I love the strategy so much. It dropped the same eye again, so I was confused, but it did say quest completed at the bottom, so I was like, it's fine. I'll take his tree though for the wood. I got some glowstone. It was pretty good. So I went to sleep on day 84, and let me tell you, I did figure something out later. Those eyes can't be placed again, so I just have another extra one for no reason. But anyways, he tells me to go find another boss called Ninetails, and he wants me to basically go there with a map again. And I just learned so many new skills. As you can see, I finally put a chest on my donkey. So then Sheila was like, you got the stuffed pumpkin, and I was like, ooh, I think I can make that with the ingredients I got, but apparently not. Then Trish said, I'll give you some knowledge of how to do cartography if you give me 15 emeralds, and I'm pretty sure I did have 15 emeralds. I just don't want to spend it yet. Anyways, I did the quest, I got my map, and now I see another portal. And I'm like, okay, it's very close to be finished. What's in this chest? Is it obsidian? Yes, there was enough obsidian to finish this portal. So with my stone pickaxe, trying to get rid of the obsidian to put some normal one back in, and I just lit it up, and I have another portal now. That was awesome. I did not have to mine any obsidian other than that one piece. So now I'm on my donkey on day 87, going around and exploring, trying to find this next boss. I'm killing some sheep to get some food, and then an alligator comes to get me again. And I was thinking, oh, I got the last one pretty easily. I'm gonna just hit it with a crossbow. Then it takes hold of me and it's just like trying to get me. I was like, I didn't know what to do. So I was trying to hit it with my crossbow. Then it got my donkey and I was like, no, this is enough. Get away from my donkey. I was trying to ride it off of it and it killed my donkey. Rest in peace, my donkey. So I found a horse, not like the donkey, but I found a horse so I could travel on, and then I found this guy called Shiny Key, and he's writing a paper about this wildlife thing, whatever, so he just says interact with 10 animals, and I'm like, what does interact mean? Like, so I try to get this ender chest, and then I remember that it doesn't drop the ender chest, it gives me obsidians, and he had these heads of mobs, but 2 of them were wither skeletons, so I have 2 wither skeleton heads now, and yes, the wither does drop an eye, so I will be trying to fight that. Okay, on day 88, I found another sentinel knight, but it just killed me, and I was like, I don't need to kill the sentinel knight again, so I decided just to keep on exploring. Then Goblin King comes up, and then Sentinel Knight comes up again. Why are so many bosses around me? So on day 89, I'm trying to get a bunch of dirt, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm trying to go upward to explore the sky. The sky has this hot air balloon with this cloud chest, and I really want to see what's inside it. So it has like this balloon coming out of it, very intriguing, and it has cotton candy, just cloud stuff, a cloud book, and balloons that I could fight with arrows. It was so cool. And I mined these cloud blocks. They're a very interesting block because you can use them, but you go through them. And I thought this balloon would help me fall, but it didn't. Anyways, I went to sleep on day 89, and it is already day 90. 10 days left. So I'm fighting these cloud slimes again. They are kind of annoying, but I'm in the water. I am fine. I'm still trying to find the next boss. So I go to sleep on day 90. Day 91, I found this bear guy again, but I just, I didn't want to fight him. He didn't really drop anything, so I'm just still trying to explore. Cool shot right there of me in a boat. I'm going across the desert and I see this structure. So I'm like, ooh, hopefully it finally has some good loot this time. And well, some chests did, some chests didn't. I found an iron sword and 4 emeralds. Emeralds are always nice. So I went to sleep and it's day 92. I created some TNT. I don't even know why. I was just like, maybe it'll come in handy later. So I made it. And then I'm just looking for other loot and I go inside this chest and another 4 emeralds. I'm just getting emeralds after emeralds. And they have a lot of tools and stuff. So I'm getting all of that. So I went to sleep on day 92, ready to find the next boss. Okay, so here I find a lighthouse and I mark it in my atlas because I think that it's just so unique. I got some books from a bookshelf because I know books are important in DawnCraft. Sometimes you just need them. So I got them and I was playing on the note blocks, just so excited to get to day 100. Here I water bucket clutched. That was pretty risky, but oh well, I did successfully do it. And then I find the volcanic peaks on day 93. Waking up on day 94 to explore it. Look how nice that looks. I'm in the volcanic crater. So I have this really cool shot. As you can see, wow, it is just such a cool volcano. Never seen that in Minecraft before. Anyways, there was no loot, so I just went to this village trying to talk to the guildmaster once again. And I checked my reputation. I am still fine, guys. I'm still fine. So here is me trying to go inside this villager home and like totally messing up how to get in. Anyways, I went to sleep and it's day 95. I'm looking for this last boss for the 100 days and the Goblin King pops up again. Like, bro, why is it's 3 Goblin Kings? Anyways, I went to sleep on day 95. Starting day 96 through 99, I find this structure. It's another like Tinker's house or something. That's what it's called. And then I went through the loot because I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get the loot. I don't think it destroys my reputation, so I'm gonna get it. I see a bow in an item frame. That is really cool. I love that stuff. Anyways, I'm going over the frozen ocean with my boat, and as you can see, I was just going super fast. I love doing that with the boat. Anyways, we're coming up to the next boss. I am appearing on the map now, and that is very good. I found this such a cute little bird, and then I got attacked. Like, what? Anyways, I'm on the beach. It's day 100. I'm on the boat. I'm on the map, guys. I am going toward the red X. I am on the map. So I look in this chest, trying to get some good loot before fighting anyone. Got an iron axe. And then I found this structure. And it didn't show a boss name. And I found this guy, but I was trying to attack it. And then it did show up on the top of my screen. So I was trying to fight this boss with my bow. Because I thought if I could do it with the other ones, why can't I do it with this one? And it was doing so much more damage than the other ones were. But this one wasn't even able to hit me that well. So I was like, oh, I think I got this in the bag. And well, it turns out some of these arrows were doing a lot of damage per turn. So I kept on hitting them with the arrows. And there I go, quest completed. I got that boss. Did he drop an eye? It looks like that's an eye, and yes it is. I got an achievement. Look at me with a backpack and iron armor. On day 100, found this nether portal. Maybe I'll go into the nether next 200 days.